Hello everyone, I hope all of you are doing well. So today I'm going to tell you two things that I think worked really well for me for GS 1, 2, 3 and 4 mains papers and also for the essay paper. So for GS 1, 2, 3 and 4 what I used to do was I used to create and maintain this short notes from various topics and subtopics of the syllabus. So, for example, for GS3 and GS2, there are topics on governance, on agriculture, on education, on health. So, on all these big topics, I would have 3 to 4 pages ready notes, short notes, along with some data, along with examples of government schemes, along with some recent current affairs and also basic information about that particular topic, kind of really structured, really breaking down the basics of that particular topic. And I would re-revise them during the preparation and also towards the end when the exams were starting. So I will give you an example. For agriculture, let's say the simple problem or the simple way to look at agriculture is that a seed is sown by the farmer in the field, and then the once the crop is obtained by the farmer, it is sold in the market. So the life cycle of agriculture starts from the seed sown into the ground, and it ends at the marketing when it is that particular produce is sold in the market. So what are the things that come in the whole process during this process from basically the farm to the table user of the user who is eventually buying this produce? At the basic level, when the seed is sown, there is a problem of obviously irrigation. There is a problem that has to do with soil, the quality of soil, fertilizers, the quality of seed itself, and various issues regarding the IP related to the seed, intellectual property related to the seed. Then, after that, once the crop is sown, you also want to understand exactly what is the cropping pattern like in the entire country. What is the problem of monoculture, where one particular crop is getting dominant, and what kind of problems that is causing. Then you want to understand the problem after that. Once the actual crop is harvested, what is the process of distribution and logistics that it is taken from the farm to the market? What is the problem of the storage if there is any? And then eventually, once the marketing of this particular produce is done, what are the issues related to that? So this entire life cycle of the farming or of agriculture is important for you to understand. The geography of farming is important for you to understand. What are the climatic things that affect agriculture in India? That would be part of GS1 syllabus, is important for you to understand. What is the economy of farming or agriculture? What is the kind of yield that a farmer gets? Basic things that you need to understand. So all these kind of different topics I would study, and I would make short notes on that in 3 to 4 pages. I would include government schemes in that. I would include new things about micro irrigation, for example, or solar pumps that the government is trying to motivate our farmers to use. Then in that I would also include basic data such as the number of how much population of farmers is covered with Kisan credit cards or credit, how many of them are in informal credit system versus formal credit system, what kind of insurance availability is there for the farmers. All this basic data you should also know. And once you have these 3 4 pages, maybe maximum 7 8 pages available or ready for this agriculture sector, then you are ready for any questions that might come from agriculture sector, and then you can smartly answer them. Similarly, let's say for health, I would have similar sheets. I would also have similar sheets for education. I would have similar sheets for climate change. And that way, I would have at least 40 50 topics well prepared from which UPSC is bound to ask questions every year. Similarly, for essay, also, I would do this. I would not only make these topic lists, but I would also study important philosophical quotes, important speeches given by the president of India or the prime minister of India, which are very good speeches in which you can get some really good content driven or motivated by philosophy, by the spirit of India, by the law in India, by the Supreme Court cases. So all these things overall, you have to make short lists, short topic lists and notes that you can revise towards the end, because only that way you can compartmentalize the information in your head, you can learn it quickly, and you can get a broad idea about how the economy, how the society, how the overall things work in India and what are the various topics UPSC wants to know about these. So, see, at the end of the day, I will give an example. This time, a lot of philosophical topics came in the essay paper. Now, that doesn't mean that UPSC is asking you to write any philosophical oriented essays for those particular topics. First, you have to understand what the topic was about, and then you can have your own interpretation. You can have your own worldview. You can have your own ideas, opinions that you can write in that particular essay paper. But they have to be backed by good examples. They have to be backed by good rational thought. They have to be good backed by good application of mind. And if you do that, even if you write about science in a topic that seems like a philosophical topic, you might get really good marks. So it is all about how you articulate yourself. And even if you write a philosophical response to an essay that is of a philosophical topic, you might actually not get good marks because you might actually not meet the requirements of what UPSC is looking for. So that is one thing. I think you have to be broad. You have to don't knowledge cannot be compartmentalized. Everything is interrelated. So for GS1, GS2, GS3, and 4, when you're studying, you have to know different aspects of that particular topic. And easy way to do that would be to maintain these sheets and write down all these different dimensions that you study from various things like current affairs, your compilations, your basic books that you're studying, classical sources that I have already discussed so many times, Niti Aayog report. All these sources are enough to get that kind of a view about those topics. So this is the first thing. I would make all these short notes. And the second thing is that during the mains exam, only during the mains exam. For the entire year, I would wake up at normally 6:30 to 7 a.m. But during the mains exam, I would wake up at around 3:30 to 4 a.m. and I would revise all these notes for 2-3 hours before the exam. So once I had these notes, these sheets ready, I will try to share the example on the channel. What I would do is I would get up at 3:30 a.m. on the morning of the exam. The exam was at 9 a.m. So I have to reach the center at 8:30 a.m. or 8:15 a.m. So I have to had breakfast by let's say 7:30 a.m. So I had time from 3:30 to 4 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. So around these 2.5, 3.5 hours, I would revise. Let's say before the optional I wake up, I revise my optional notes. Or before the particular GS2, GS3 exam I would wake up, I would revise all the important topics: agriculture, health, education, Supreme Court cases and their outcomes. I would revise all this and be ready for the exam because these 3.5 hours of morning revision really get me going, really help me kind of just remember everything, have everything fresh in my mind. Of course, I had built upon my knowledge over the last 1 year, 1.5, 2 years. But what really at the end did was that this revision, because this revision gave me the boost, last minute boost that is needed. So I hope this helps you. If you have any questions regarding this let me know. And happy to give you these kind of tips, these kind of things that I did when I was preparing. Bye bye. Have a good day.